World of Warcraft is a game that has captivated millions of gamers' imagination since 2004. But the way we play WoW today has changed a lot since the early days. Players are grinding differently, leveling differently, and engaging with the game in ways we wouldn't have imagined years ago. But why is that? One big reason lies in our brains, specifically the way dopamine drives our habits. So let's talk about dopamine and how it relates to how we play our favorite games. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it also plays a pivotal role in motivation and the anticipation we feel when we're working towards a specific goal.
Why be strong enough when there is stronger still?
Whether that's killing a boss or completing a long quest chain, it's dopamine that drives you to keep going. It's why we love that feeling of progress. It's the buzz behind that rare mount find or an epic item drop. Whenever you hit those goals, your brain delivers to you a hit of dopamine. And of course, once you get that feeling, you're going to want more. Of course, game creators, like many other industries, have got savvy with the cause and effects of dopamine in the human brain, and this has led to a rapid change in how games are created and incentives and rewards within those games. This newfound format has undoubtedly altered the habits of WoW players across the globe. Back in the days of classic WoW, the grind was real. It took forever to level up, and rewards were few and far between. But that made every epic drop or level up feel incredibly rewarding. Players were driven by the anticipation of what was to come. There was no shortcut around the hard work. If you wanted that rare mount, you were going to have to work for it, and that patience would in turn build strong dopamine habits. Now, fast forward to today, and we know that things have drastically changed. Modern WoW is streamlined, rewards come to you faster than ever before, level ups are obtained quicker, and that instant gratification that we are all so accustomed to in every other aspect of life has now become the norm in the gaming world. But with dopamine driving our habits and feelings of reward, and game creators pushing our dopamine buttons harder and faster than before, are we, the gaming community, benefiting from this latest approach? Are the games we play better, more satisfying, or does it just feel that way? Modern gamers have become accustomed to fast rewards, instant mounts, dungeon finders, and daily quests. These systems cater to our brains craving for a quick hit of dopamine, but this can lead to a cycle where players also lose interest sooner. Because the rewards come so fast now, the satisfaction can fade just as quickly.
You love me! You really love me!
Interestingly, we have recently seen a kind of pushback, where players are now turning to more challenging content like the rise of hardcore WoW, an increase in classic servers, and also self-imposed challenges, slowing down the pace and making it harder to obtain those achievements. Players are recreating that old school feeling of deep satisfaction, and the effect of that is kind of a dopamine cycle reset. In a way, hardcore and classic WoW communities are practicing a sort of dopamine fasting. By removing the constant hits of dopamine, they are restoring that long-term anticipation and excitement, which can help avoid that burnout. As the gaming developers continue to evolve and experiment with how they deliver these rewards, they, along with the gamers themselves, are starting to realize that although the rapid rewards can potentially engage players more in the short term, in the long run, that constant dopamine overload can actually lead a player to ultimately feel unsatisfied. If the dopamine loop is too fast, players burn out and interest and satisfaction falls off much quicker. In the future, we might see games return to a slower progression system or perhaps a hybrid approach that could restore some balance with rewards and long-term satisfaction. Although I'm sure for a lot of people, when you log on to your favorite game, the inner workings of your brain and the levels of dopamine you're creating are probably not at the top of your list of concerns. It is worth understanding that these things are going on in the background regardless, and taking these things into consideration when in pursuit of that latest shiny reward could in the long term have an effect on your overall enjoyment of the game. Are you playing just for that quick fix, or are you building towards something more meaningful, especially with a game like World of Warcraft, where the game and the community is long-standing and built on solid foundations? Do we really want to create a culture in WoW where players are burning out, losing interest, and it just becomes another dopamine-serving shortcut? Understanding all this can help you enjoy the game in a way that feels truly rewarding. Thanks for watching, and let us know in the comments how you feel about the modern gaming landscape and how it relates to your overall enjoyment.